Here's a statistic almost no truck buyer has ever heard. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety now reports that in a modern vehicle, a belted passenger riding in the back seat can face a higher risk of fatal injury than the person sitting up front. Not because the back seat got more dangerous on its own, because the front seat got dramatically safer. Better airbags, smarter seat belts that cinch down and then give in a crash. And almost none of that technology ever made it to the second row, which is exactly where your kids ride. So a few years ago, the Institute tore up its own crash test and rebuilt it. The updated moderate overlap front test now puts a second crash dummy in the back seat, sized like a small woman or a 12-year-old child. Then, the engineers ran America's most popular pickups through it. The results were ugly. The Toyota Tacoma, the Ford Ranger, the Nissan Frontier, the Chevrolet Colorado. One after another, the rear dummy slid right under its own lap belt. The belt climbed off the pelvis and dug into the soft part of the abdomen. The engineers call it submarining, and it is exactly the kind of injury that wrecks a child. The Jeep Gladiator did not even arrive with a side curtain airbag to shield the back of the cabin. These are the trucks parents buckle car seats into every single morning. A pickup feels safe because it is big, 3 tons of steel sitting up high over traffic. But weight is not the same thing as protection, and the one seat that matters most for a family, the seat directly behind the driver, is precisely where most trucks come apart. Today we are counting down 5 pickup trucks that actually earned the credentials. Trucks that protect the second row, not just the people in front. Ranked from solid to genuinely best in class. Stay through to number 1, because the truck that holds the single highest safety score any pickup in America can currently earn is the one this audience is going to fight about in the comments before the video is even over. The 5th truck on this list is also the cheapest way onto it, the Ford Maverick. Start with the price, because for a young family it is the whole story. A brand new Maverick stickers under $30,000 to start, which makes it one of the most affordable new vehicles of any kind sold in America right now, truck or not. And Ford did not cut the safety corner to hit that number. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration put the Maverick through its full battery and handed it 5 stars for both the frontal crash and the side crash, with a 4-star result overall. The Insurance Institute backed that up with good ratings, the top score, across multiple crashworthiness categories. The detail that matters for a parent is the body itself. The Maverick is built on a car-style unibody platform rather than the old body-on-frame truck recipe. And every single one Ford sells is a crew cab. 4 real doors, a genuine back seat with proper lower anchors for car seats. Automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection is standard equipment, not a $4,000 package buried in the order sheet. Here's the honest reason it sits at number 5 and not higher. The Maverick does not carry a full Top Safety Pick award the way the trucks above it on this list do, and that 4-star overall from the government keeps it a notch below the best. It is not the safest truck you can buy. It is the safest truck a family on a real budget can actually afford, and that is a different and more useful kind of recommendation. Number 4 goes to the truck most people do not even file as a truck, the Hyundai Santa Cruz. Park a Santa Cruz next to an F-150 and it looks almost apologetic. It is small, it is car-based, and the bed is short enough that hardcore truck people roll their eyes at it. Ignore them. Because for a parent in the car seat years, this is one of the smartest vehicles on the road. The Santa Cruz earned a 2026 Top Safety Pick from the Insurance Institute. With strong crashworthiness scores and a crash avoidance system, the Institute rated well for both vehicle-to-vehicle and pedestrian braking. What the spec sheet will not tell you is how it actually works with a family. The load height is low, the door openings are wide, and the back seat sits at a height where a parent can lean in and ratchet down a rear-facing seat without throwing out their back, which anyone who has wrestled a convertible car seat into a tall 4x4 will appreciate immediately. Blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and a rear seat reminder so you never walk away from the vehicle with a sleeping toddler still strapped in back are all standard. The trade-off is honest and simple. The Santa Cruz is a lifestyle truck, not a work truck. The payload and the towing numbers are modest, the bed will not swallow a pallet, and a contractor would be miserable in it. But that exact set of compromises, lighter, lower, car-derived, is a big part of why it protects the people inside it, as well as it does. If your truck's hardest job is the school run and a trip to the garden center, this is a serious answer. The third pick is the one that is going to start an argument in this comment section, and I want you to hear the data before you type. The Rivian R1T. Yes, it is electric, and yes, I know how a chunk of this audience feels about that. Set it aside for 90 seconds. The R1T earned a Top Safety Pick Plus from the Insurance Institute, the organization's highest tier, and it did it in the toughest version of the test, scoring an acceptable result in that updated moderate overlap front evaluation that humbles so many gas trucks. The reason it can hold the top award is that it is strong in every other category the Institute measures, and its crash avoidance technology is rated at the top. The engineering is the interesting part. Because the battery is a flat slab built into the floor, the R1T has an extraordinarily low center of gravity. That makes it very hard to roll over, and rollover is one of the deadliest things a tall, heavy truck can do to a family. There is no engine block up front, which frees up an enormous crumple zone to absorb a frontal impact, and a second crush structure does the same job at the rear. Now the honest caveat, because I will not sell you a perfect score that does not exist. In that rear seat test, the Institute did record some submarining of the back dummy and rated the rear restraints marginal. The R1T still cleared the highest overall award because everything else was so strong, but that single rear seat note is the reason it lands at number 3 on a list specifically about protecting kids, and not at number 1. The data is genuinely excellent. It is just not flawless in the one place this video cares about most. Quick, honest moment before the top 2. If this is the breakdown you actually wanted, real crash data instead of a spec sheet read out loud. The like is the only thing that tells YouTube to put it in front of the next parent shopping for a family truck, and that is one tap. And if you want the follow-up teardown on which car seats actually fit 3 across in each of these trucks, the subscribe button keeps those coming. Number 2 is the truck most families watching this will actually end up buying, and that is the right instinct. The Toyota Tundra. The Tundra earned a 2026 Top Safety Pick from the Insurance Institute, missing the higher Plus award by the thinnest possible margin, and the government handed it a clean 5 stars overall. But the number is not the real reason it sits this high. The real reason is what Toyota did between the 2024 truck and this one. Remember the failure that runs through this entire video. The rear passenger sliding under the belt in a frontal crash. Toyota looked at exactly that, and for the 2025 and 2026 model years, its engineers went back into the second row and re-engineered the rear seat structure and the rear seat belts, specifically to protect a backseat occupant in a frontal impact. That is the precise weakness that sinks the Tacoma, the Ranger, the Frontier, and the Colorado. And Toyota fixed it in the full-size truck on purpose. The result was a good rating, the top mark. In the small overlap front test, the moderate overlap front test, and the side test. For a family, the practical case is just as strong. This is a full-size Crew Max, which means a genuinely wide back seat with room for 2 and often 3 child seats across, real leg room behind a tall adult driver, and the full Toyota Safety Sense suite of automatic emergency braking, lane keeping, and adaptive cruise as standard equipment across the lineup. It tows what a family actually tows: a camper, a boat, a couple of dirt bikes, without the white knuckle. Compromise the little trucks force on you. So why is it not number 1? One reason only. It earned the Top Safety Pick, but a single truck outrated it under the toughest standard and took the plus. For a buyer who wants a conventional gasoline full-size truck from a brand with a 30-year reputation for running past 200,000 miles, the Tundra is the no asterisk family pick on this entire list. There is nothing exotic to talk yourself into. It just quietly does the job better than almost anything in its class. Number 1. The Tesla Cybertruck. I can already hear half of you reaching for the keyboard, so let me put the fact on the table first, and we can argue about everything else afterward. The Cybertruck is the only pickup truck in America currently holding a 2026 Top Safety Pick Plus from the Insurance Institute, the single highest rating any truck can earn. And it earned it under the hardest version of the test the Institute has ever run. The scores are not close or marginal. The Cybertruck posted good ratings, the top mark, in every crashworthiness category the Institute tests. Driver side, small overlap front. Passenger side, small overlap front. The moderate overlap front evaluation, the one with the child-sized dummy in the back seat that wrecks most of this segment. The side impact. Its standard collision avoidance system was rated good for both vehicle-to-vehicle and pedestrian braking, which means the truck is rated to help you avoid the crash in the first place, not just survive it. The engineering behind the score is real, whatever you think of the styling. Beginning with trucks built after April of 2025, Tesla revised the front underbody structure and the driver's footwell specifically to improve protection in those brutal small overlap frontal crashes, and the scores reflect it. The battery sits low and flat in the floor, so like the Rivian, it is extremely resistant to rollover, and the rigid exoskeleton holds the survival space around the occupants in an impact. And now the one honest weakness. Because every truck on this list got one, and the Cybertruck is no exception. The Institute docked it on a single item. The seatbelt reminder was rated only marginal because the chime that nags an unbuckled passenger is not loud enough or long enough. That is a real flaw, and it is also a software and chime fix, not a hole in the steel. Every part of this truck that has to protect a body in a crash performed at the top of the scale. Here's the uncomfortable thing the data is telling this audience. You can dislike the company, the badge, the look, the man who runs it. And the crash lab still does not care about any of that. By the only measurement that matters when your kids are in the back seat, the most protective new pickup you can buy in America right now is the one a lot of people watching this would never be caught dead driving. That is not an opinion. It is the rating sheet. Before this list closes, there is one truck that belongs in this conversation for entirely the wrong reason: the Honda Ridgeline. For years, the Ridgeline was the truck that safety-minded families bought almost on reflex. Car-like unibody, smooth ride, a reputation for sensibility, and it still earns a 5-star overall rating from the government today. But when the Insurance Institute ran the current Ridgeline through that updated moderate overlap test, it came back with the worst rating the Institute hands out, with rear dummy measurements pointing to a real risk of head and neck injury for a backseat passenger. On top of that, the car seat anchor hardware is among the most frustrating in the entire segment. The lower anchors are buried so deep in the seat that you fight to clip onto them, and the tether anchors are hidden where a tired parent will never find them in the dark. The truck everyone assumes is the safe family choice is the one that has quietly fallen behind the field. A good reputation is not a crash rating, and on this test, the Ridgeline proves it. Here is what the data is actually telling parents in 2026. The trucks that protect your kids best are not the ones with the biggest grills or the longest tow numbers. They are the ones whose engineers climbed into the second row and fixed the belts, the structure, and the dummy scores that the rest of the segment shrugged off. 2 of the 5 are electric. 1 is a compact that truck guys will not even call a truck. And the single safest pickup in the country is the one a large share of this audience refuses to park in the driveway. The Crash Lab does not check what badge you are loyal to before it runs the test. If your kids ride in the back of a truck that did not make this list, tell me the model and the year in a comment below. I want a real tally of which trucks parents are still trusting that the updated rear seat test says they should not. The next teardown breaks down which child seats actually fit 3 across in each of these 5. So subscribing now means you catch it the day it lands.